Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Lady Gang. I am Becca Tobin here with Jac, Vanek, and Keltie Knight. Nice to meet you all. Do you think we have new people?
Are you wearing like neon green headphones?
Yes.
Very pro-y of you.
It's like very marathon.
I think they were Zac's. So
they're definitely guys, dude headphones.
This is a guy headphone.
Love it.
I don't know why I have them, but I just was so sick of wearing the big headphones that we podcast in because they hurt my ears.
Yeah, they hurt my head.
So I'm cool.
Squeezy, squeezy.
You know, this is what the kids are doing. So
it is. They're like, we love a cord.
Every time I see an ad on Instagram that's like, never lose your AirPods again with this chain, I'm like,
that's called a headphone.
That's called a corded headphone. Like,
Yeah.
you guys, you really did me dirty. I had Derek you guys will see it the next time you come to the house, a very deep clean of the office closet.
Ooh.
To the point where we found this little tiny drawer thing at Home Goods, and each drawer has its own type of charger. So it's like USB-C,
Oh,
USB.
that's nice.
And he labeled them all. Like, I mean, it is intense. But then I looked at him and I was like, is this necessary for humanity? Life is complex, okay? Do we need all the companies in the world for me to need 19 different drawers to get the power to the powerful things I need in my life?
That's why Apple got sued, and they have to use the USB-C cord now because there's too many
everything.
cords. Yeah. So at least that you can get rid of all your. Yeah, they got sued by I think like Europe. Like
But the
Europe
iPhone is still the iPhone.
No,
the new one
iPhones are USB-C.
has USB-C, and I actually got pissed about it because I was like, well, great. Now
Nothing plugs in.
Now I don't have all of my phone chargers in my cars. Nothing works. And if people don't have the new iPhone because they're not cool like me, then they don't have chargers I can borrow unless they have
Right.
new computers.
It's like, pick something, stick with it for like 20 years.
No,
Like,
planned
I guess
obsolescence, baby.
that's the plan that they have to do now then. So everything has to be USB-C.
From now on, it'll be a little bit easier.
but what about
Okay.
my ring light? What about
That's
that we
USB-C.
can't
my
help you with.
camera? What?
Also, this is not world problems. This is somebody who is a personality. Nobody else has ring lights. I mean, the ring light era is over
Right.
since
No, you're
people
right.
have stopped zooming from their couches.
No, you're right. Okay, fine.
You'll find your cords.
All right, I need to, put it on.
Big
Should
breath.
we jump into Good Week, Bad Week?
Yes.
Okay, it's time for
Good week,
Yes, it is.
bad week. Oh no.
who would like to start?
I'll go first. My good week, and it's like I didn't want to love this, but I really like the new JoJo Siwa song.
Me too.
I saw you posting about it, and I'm like, I don't know what algorithm I'm on, but I am on the JoJo Siwa algorithm. Every other video is a JoJo Siwa video. I don't even follow her, but like I'm seeing everything that she is doing. And, you know, her rebrand's a little interesting, but I have like a soft spot for her for some reason. Like I kind of love her. And the song is catchy and it's good and it's stuck in my head no matter what she's doing. What do you think?
I haven't heard it.
No matter where I am, I'm in the sauna, I'm reading a book, I'm cooking. Karma's a bitch. I should have known better. If I was a bitch, I would have shed you right now. I felt the knife switch. Karma's a bitch. And she's with you right now.
And like, I don't even dance, but I feel like I could do the dance because she has
Because
this
it's like just flailing.
she's got this crazy flailing move in the beginning of the dance that like went viral and everybody's like making fun of it. But like, is this like a genius marketing thing that she's
Genius.
done? Or is this her just being her and like it just took on a life of its own? Like, that's why I think it's the artistry of it. Because I'm like, nobody knows. Nobody knows if it was a joke or if it was planned or if it's this or that. But it's in everybody's heads.
I think it's really interesting. So way back in the day, do you remember when Beyonce like did a hot drop of her album?
Yeah,
And it was like,
Lemonade.
just like, boom, we got an album. And it was like so crazy because people didn't do that, right? You did like a 6-month lead up. And then everyone started doing that. And then, you know what? Beyonce stopped doing it because it doesn't work. Like in the music business, it truly doesn't work. Like Chris has had clients that are like, well, just drop it. And he's like, it takes so much to break through to pop culture. You
Yeah.
really need people to see something 35 times to even know it's happening.
Yeah.
Oh,
Even
yeah.
when you're the biggest artist in the world. And you need to sell a lot of records. Like you need to sell a lot of records that's why Taylor Swift's like, I have a new album coming in 4 months, blah, blah, blah. Like you need time. And I think JoJo, like, if I'd seen it twice, I probably wouldn't be as invested.
No.
But I went through this journey of, I'm like, what the is this? And I was like, this is the adult era? And then like, is this song a bop? And then all the hate and me being like, leave this girl alone. She's just
Yeah.
trying to like make power pussy pop music for us and like, and wear glitter. Like she's our version of Cher. Like just let her live, you know? So it's like, and then I got defensive over JoJo because I'm like, can we just be ourselves?
Like, let her just be.
She's done nothing except embrace and inspire the youths of America for 20 years.
I just hate when somebody tries to do something different and like express themselves and then they just get shit on. This is not related, but Clayton, the Bachelor, I don't know if either of you know who he is, but he's like started to try to dance. Like he's a bad dancer, but he's been going to like dancing class and he like posts his dancing videos and they're not good. And people just rag on him and make fun of him so much. But
Wait,
I'm like,
does Jackie Schimmel repost his
Yes,
dancing? Oh my
yes.
God.
It's cringe. He's not a good dancer. Like he's very stiff, but like he loves dancing. And I feel so bad for him because I'm like, the dude is just like, he's found something he loves. He's trying to express himself. And like everybody is hating on him and it's going to get to him. And then he's like never going to dance again.
Well, then get off the world stage. You know, if you can't take the criticism, get off the world stage. Get out of the arena. That's what I have to say.
He can't take the
You know what?
criticism though. He keeps posting.
Yeah, obviously. And you know what? If he really likes to dance and it's making his heart happy, he doesn't also have to share it with the world. Like, you know, if you don't want to receive the criticism, don't put it on Instagram. But if you want to keep doing the thing that's making you happy, you can keep it private if it's, you know, so I don't know. The haters are going to hate. That's what
Haters
you
gonna
do
hate.
when you're in the arena, as Brene Brown says.
Yeah.
Get in the arena.
Get your ass kicked.
Get your ass kicked. And if you don't want to get your ass kicked, then keep your dance videos to yourself, Clayton.
Yeah. No, I
don't
love
know
it.
why.
And what I didn't understand, just one more thought about JoJo Siwa,
Yeah.
is like, I love that she's like, this is my adult era,
And it's so kid coded.
but it's
Isn't
like,
she like 22?
yeah. Well, she's like, this is my Miley era. This is my like can't be tamed. Because the song
like-
was actually an old, but then.
No,
when
but did you see in the song, the lyric is like, it's supposed to be like, I shouldn't have f***ed around, but she
it's
says
effed.
effed around in it. And they're like, this is the adult, we're effing around.
Because she doesn't know she has lots of little babies, you know? But what was so funny is I was like, oh, she's in this like weird Kiss cat suit that's like rhinestone and stuff. And I was like, I mean, it's a choice, but like, I get it. But then when I saw the video, I realized she was like, she's actually a sexual like lizard thing from the ocean. She like comes, she swims, and then the shoulder pads are actually webs.
Oh,
It's like very
It's
themed.
like
Anyway.
Waterworld?
Kind of. She's like a sexual, I don't know.
Amphibian?
What I would love to see, honestly, JoJo Siwa,
Loch Ness Monster.
I'm gonna put a public
PSA.
PSA to the public. I want to see the director's cut of Karma. I want to see take it one step further and really kiss the girl. I want to see the
Oh, does she not actually kiss the girl?
No, there's a very close kiss and then there's some dry humping. I want to see the adult, like I want to see director's cut.
X-rated.
I want to see JoJo Siwa XXX. Is that pervy? That's probably pervy, but I'm like,
No.
She's an
I know
adult.
she wanted to go there, but she also realized that like she does have responsibility to the youth. So she gave us adult era.
That's the thing. It didn't
She gave us like a Disney Plus,
adult era.
like a Hallmark movie where it's like they're in love, they're kissing, but like
but we can't show
no
the
one's
kiss.
getting off, you know? Like I want to see that real.
Well, the last thing that I'm going to say about JoJo Siwa is in her adult era, she also got her car wrapped with her face a million times on it.
Yeah.
So that JoJo Siwa car is driving around LA and I really want to have a sighting. That would just be like great celebrity sighting.
I also, for the girl who does our social media, I want you to put together every time one of those girls said one more thing about JoJo Siwa.
I'm fascinated by it.
I'm fascinated by her too. About JoJo Siwa.
No, I'll say one. I do want to say. I have one more thing. I did an interview with her at Studio Siwa. So she has this whole compound
Studio Siwa.
in Burbank or wherever
She's
it
like
is.
Tyler Perry.
Seriously. And it's like a huge dance studio with Marley. But then we don't realize is like in the back. And then one corner is the podcasting. Like she's really smart. But then you go in the back and I see all the workers. And it's, swear to God, they've been plucked. They're seriously dance moms from Dance Moms. But like she's printing her own merch. She's an entire merch section in the back. And there was like 5 parents that were like, I swear to God, I was like, am I walking into walking into the Shore Park School of Dance and like Mrs. Patry's making a costume right now? It was like that kind of mom.
No.
And they had the heat presses and they were making, and then they were folding them and putting them on the racks for like JoJo Pink, JoJo Purple, like adult era.
That's the kind of passive income I want.
Oh yeah. And she's making 100% profit there.
And you know that we are buying, you know what? One more thing about JoJo Siwa. Where can I get that shirt that says Karma's a bitch? Because she has been wearing the t-shirt. And the other thing, thing about JoJo Siwa.
One more thing I want to say about her.
One other thing I want to say is those are not earrings, those are rhinestones. I was up close with JoJo Siwa. If you look at her ears, you think she has like a million like Zoe Kravitz type earrings.
They're stickers?
She glues rhinestones in different patterns to her ears every day.
Oh my God.
Seems labor
Shine
intensive.
Last thing I'm going to say about JoJo Siwa is like, along with this rebrand, she's also like rebranded like her whole like voice and stuff to sound like Billy Ray Cyrus. Like she has
because
this,
she
like,
used to be like, "Hey, it's JoJo Siwa. Welcome to my house."
now she's like, there's this one video that went viral that like everybody was like cringing about because she's like, if you could have one heaven date or like meet a dead person basically, but she kind of like turned around and like put the hand on the table to be like all sexual kind of looking, but she was dressed like Billy Ray Cyrus.
I love it.
And like kind of, and like had the glasses and then the voice. So I'm like, it's an interesting sort of like the rebrand's interesting.
An artist's evolution.
I'm fascinated and also like deeply impressed. But at the end of the day, the song's #1 on YouTube. It's charting and it's a banger. Like
it's a good song. It's a good pop song.
The song is in my head. I can't sing one Beyonce song. I don't know one song off the new Ariana Grande. You know,
it's a classic like pop. Like
this is it.
A-list pop song. Okay.
Best new artist at the Grammys 2025. JoJo Siwa. Okay.
Okay. My bad week is.
You know where we
I've
are.
had 30 minutes later.
JoJo Siwa episode. I've had everybody asking me if I got the house because a couple episodes ago I put my first offer on a house and I would like everybody to know that I did not get the house. There were 18 other offers on it. Yes, 18. It went for $170,000 over asking. And that's where I'm at in my house.
Have you made any new offers since?
I'm actually putting another offer on a house this morning. But there's this new thing that's happening like with the housing market, especially where I'm looking, where they put houses on the market for like $200,000 less than their
just to get the traction.
And the house that we're putting an offer on now has been like on the coming soon list for 2 weeks. So now you have like every single person in the world looking at this listing. We went to the open house. There was 100 people there.
No.
And it's just like, it's a billion different like piranhas looking for this one option of a house.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, you just have to know, and it was the same with my last house that I bought. Whatever they're asking for the price, add $200,000 to it.
That's kind of like what we've learned.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, we could have afforded to, put an offer on of what it went for, but I didn't know. We thought it was like a little bit under. Like we didn't know that now the housing market, like what a house is going for is just like an arbitrary number that they're throwing out.
Right.
It's a tease.
You should start doing that thing that they did in Step Brothers. Remember, they didn't want their parents selling the house, so they kept staging these crazy things for when people would go see the house. They'd be like,
it smells like BV in here.
One of them pretended to be dead in the entryway.
Jac, I honestly am not that good right now. Like if you need me to drive out and like have a medical emergency and die,
well, you guys, somebody died at the house that we're putting an offer
That's fine.
on.
We'll
An old person?
An old person.
Okay.
That's fine.
Natural causes.
Yeah,
but
beautiful.
and it didn't, the vibe wasn't weird. Like it wasn't like dark.
Next time you're at one of those open houses though, you should be going around being like, you heard about the murder here? Did you hear? We're not really bothered by it, but you heard about it, right?
Yeah,
All the
we
babies
don't mind, but like I feel like it might be a deal
because we're
breaker
into
for
some
you.
dark satanic shit. But I heard the neighbors were real. I'll just go next door.
Pretend to be a crazy neighbor.
Crazy neighbor. Like, oh, you looking at the house? I live next door. It's great.
I love looking in over it.
I work weird hours. I hope that won't bother you. I'm a party planner. I usually test my sets at like 10 p.m.
Yeah, I need something like that because
Yeah.
I'm
I'm a woodworker. I like to start at 6 a.m. with my hacksaw. Okay.
Yeah,
Good,
I need
good
that.
luck, Jac.
Yeah, thanks. It's hard out here.
Rebecca?
So my good week is I love kind of in the vein of Curb Your Enthusiasm. Oh no, that was another episode we were talking about it. I have brain damage. Jerry Seinfeld on talk shows is my favorite.
Oh my God.
He is my favorite person because he always talks about all the things that I feel so deeply in my soul. You know, when people go to see Tony Robbins and they're like, just something about him just speaks so directly into my soul. This is Jerry Seinfeld for me completely.
Yeah.
He talks about hating going on trips. But he goes anyway, but he's not going to enjoy himself. He doesn't enjoy vacation. His wife is, at this point, she's prepared to know that she doesn't have to keep asking him if he's having a nice time because he's not having a nice time.
Yeah.
So I feel this way about so many things in life, right? I'm just like, where's the joy? Where's the joy? I'm looking for the joy. She can't find me and I can't find her. She's a stranger.
Yeah.
But then I realized the thing that's crazy is that within this, I don't see the joy and I can't I can't embody the way people feel about Taylor Swift. It makes me feel weird because there's nothing I feel that passionately about. And so it's jealousy. It's like, why can't I find happiness in a
Why
Taylor
don't
Swift?
I have a thing? Like
I don't have a thing. But then, Jerry said on this one interview, he goes, I am happy being unhappy.
Ooh.
I am thrilled to be, because what it is I'm being authentic to myself.
Yeah.
Because the things that make other people happy may or may not even be making them happy. They might have just talked themselves into enjoying this quote vacation. But if you really got into their souls, into their essence, and you said, would you rather be in the comfort of your own home right now with the things that you love? A lot of people might say, you know what? This beach is beautiful, but yeah, get me under the blankets in my own bedroom.
Yeah.
So I do think I'm living my truth, and that's why I'm so happy, even though I'm unhappy with so many other things. So thank you, Jerry. You've just
An
nailed
icon
it.
forever.
An icon. Okay, so that's my good week. My bad week is something I saw on Instagram, and I am so disgusted by it. I got a little bit of a stomach bug a couple days ago, but it was nothing other than a little bit of nausea came over me and I barfed. I'm not pregnant, everyone. I have an IUD. Don't text me. I just started to get this, it felt like a little bit of food poisoning. It felt like something, whatever. So I was like, that's so weird. I haven't had like a stomach bug in such a long time. Strange. And then the next day, because our computers are in our consciousness, or our phones are in our consciousness now, I got an Instagram ad or thing targeted to me. It's a guy who is the gut doc. He's the gastro guy. And he said that every time we get a stomach bug, it comes from someone else's butt.
Oh.
So the butt particles.
Well, isn't your child in diapers?
Yeah, but he didn't have a bug. So you're getting someone else's bug, but
the bug is transferring from the butt.
From the butt.
I would have just thought like getting in with someone else's shit would make you sick.
That's E. coli.
Different thing.
But this is a bug. So I somehow, during the course of my week, came in contact with someone else's butt particles. And that is so disturbing to me that every time you get a stomach bug, it's because you kind of have someone's butt particles in your mouth.
Well, have you ever seen the study about how much fecal matter is like on your cell phone?
Oh,
Because
yeah.
You bring your cell phone into the bathroom and there's just like poop all over it.
Poo everywhere. There's poo everywhere.
There's poo just like everywhere in life.
It's everywhere.
Is it getting into your nostril or not?
Mine did.
I'm sorry you haven't been feeling good.
It's okay. It was quick. So
just
it must not have
one-
been a powerful poo particle.
I know. One barf is pretty
One little
pretty
barf.
successful.
Just a little barf. Nice.
It was so weird.
That is
so weird. Yeah.
Usually it's,
okay.
Yeah.
Well, I have a good week and a bad week,
Oh,
obviously. Shocker. My good week is this is my first time chatting with you guys really since I had we pre-taped a little bit because I was having my surgery. So I'm back to work this week. And surgery went great. Thank you everyone for your awesome messages. And it's actually been harder than I thought it was going to be. But here's the real kicker, the real bad week. Okay. So you go through the surgery. I mean, I don't remember the first week. My mom slept in my bed with me. Like it was a lot. And what they don't tell you really is that the farts are the worst. Like they pump you they pump you up with so much CO2 that like I would be in child's pose and then I would get up and then I was like, and they want you to walk around so that you fart out all the gas. The gas pain was almost worse than the incision pain the first week. Anyway, second week, incision pain feels like, if anyone's had a C-section, like it feels like all of your organs are gonna like fall out the bottom of you. Like the basket doesn't have a bottom. Ugh. So I'm wearing like a wrap thing to like keep my organs in there. Just strange thing I want to say, it feels very strange when you turn over and like for the first 2 weeks, it was like my body was all my organs, other organs that stayed were like sloshing around because there's room. So they're trying to find their new home. Yeah. So it would be like, is my bladder going to live here?
Isn't that like when you get a C-section, they just like take all of your like stomach out and then they just like throw it back in and it finds its place again?
This whole thing has made me rethink everything I thought I know about human body because we are taught that the uterus ovaries is going to look like it does on a poster and like everything's going to fit in like a nice puzzle, like you're playing that operation game when you're a kid.
Yeah.
It's a giant stew in there. Like the other pictures that I got from my surgery and stuff, it's just him going around with his doctor chopsticks being like, bladder over here, scooby. Let me just find those ovaries. Anyway, so the whole thing was incredible. I am back at work. It's a little bit difficult, but I'm feeling good. Here's the real kicker. No one tells you until I went to my post-op. I'm like a week and a half after surgery. And I'm like, so you have the entrance for the camera. And then I have four like incisions. One of them's my belly button. And I never watched the surgery on YouTube before I did the surgery because I was like, I don't want to know. But they actually do a lot in your vagina vulva too. Like,
so they go in.
Yeah, they go in because I had my cervix removed. So now I just basically have like a hot pocket in there, like a sex pocket. It just goes to nowhere. So they basically like take it out and then they sew across the top. So I am like a human fleshlight now in there.
Chris will love that.
I'm like, but then I have so many questions like, where will the sperm go? Where are the ducts to lubricate? Do I have them anymore? Like, do I need to clean it in a different way? Like with a Q-tip? Like I'm confused if the whole system is not there. Like, anyway, I have so many questions. But at my first post-op, here's what's happening. So I'm like looking down, I'm having, I'm peeing and I'm, just trying to like get my stuff together. And my vulva is like so swollen, red. And I was like, I don't know, I guess they did something or maybe they used a tool too tight or something. Like it's just really painful. And I go to my post-op and he's like, how's everything? I was like, I don't know, dude, did you give me a yeast infection?
Oh, were you itchy?
Dr. Matthew, I was a little itchy, but it was like just really inflamed.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, yeah, I should have told you about that. So we like pump you up on IV antibiotics right after the surgery so that nothing gets infected. And I was like, I take one antibiotic light and I got a yeast infection.
Yeah.
So not only was I healing from the hysterectomy, I had a raging yeast infection. And so I took a diflucan, but I was like, and I was like, you know what? That's womanhood in a nutshell. Mm-hmm. You're gonna get this huge surgery. And not only that, you're gonna be uncomfortable, it's gonna be horrible, but we're also gonna just throw in a yeast infection.
Ugh, so uncomfortable.
Crazy. I was like, I'm not even wearing pants. I mean, it's really the perfect time to have a yeast infection. Anyway, so my good week is this. The LadyGang is so amazing. Our community is so special. And there are times when they're like, blowing up our Facebook group or burning boxes, which hasn't happened in years, that you're like, oh, like why is it so hard to just have a community of women? I was actually just talking with the girls from the Morning Toast about how they shut down their Facebook group. Like, I was like, no, we're like in such a good place. There's a girl, I just want to shout her out. There's a girl in the LadyGang named Sophia. She DM'd me on Instagram. She had her hysterectomy the day after me.
Wow.
She's a LadyGang member. And
Oh
she
my
was like,
God.
I was so glad to hear. She's my friend for life now. She's my hist sister. We went through this is a perfect stranger. I have never met her in my real life. We went through this surgery in the last 3 weeks together like we were best friends. We
Aw.
text each other all day, every day. What are you feeling? What are you feeling? This is working for me. Did you get the heating pad? She's having like bladder trouble after her surgery, which I'm not having. And I was like, this is what I bought, these Fresh Start panties. And we're like, she's like, I went to a brunch on like week 1. She's like, I felt so bad for my family. I went to a brunch. I was like, a brunch? I haven't even got out of bed yet. What the f-? Like, we've been
Oh my
comparing
God.
notes, and like, female friendships and female support are just so important. And I've been very emotional in a way that I didn't expect to be, like weirdly emotional. But like then I would go on the LadyGang face group, and there's like there's this wedding. A girl got married, and she was like, here's the LadyGang girls. I've only ever met one of them in real life. And there was like 5 of them. And they all were like in LadyGang friends from around the country and the world. And they came together for her wedding. And the wedding was the first time they all met in real life.
Shut up.
Yeah. And so I just want to say we're amazing, you know? And it's not us, because you, the community, have curated these friendships and have made this amazing. But like, going through something so scary that I didn't know anyone that had what I had, and having Sophia to go through it with was just so special. And I just love us. I love us.
That's so
It's
cool.
so nice.
I know.
I hope
What are the
Sophia's
chances?
doing better.
She's doing good. She was like, she has kids. So she was like,
Oof.
I just had to get up and get going. And I was like,
You're like, I'm going to lay in
It's
bed
like,
for 2 more weeks.
Mom, I need some tea. Okay, when we come back, I have things I want to complain about. Okay, we're back. First of all, I want to let everyone know I'm off the Diet Coke, which I was before the surgery too. But I think the last Diet Coke I had was with you, Becca, and we were like having a hard time with technology. And I was like, let's go to the drive-in and get a Diet Coke. I don't know when that was, months ago.
Drive-in?
Yeah, I went to the drive-through, hot Diet Coke. But there's a new soda in town.
What?
Ginger ale. Since my surgery, I have never craved anything the way I've craved a ginger ale. Ginger ale
It's because it makes you feel like
Better.
comfy. Yeah, it's like a sick drink.
it's a sick drink. It's a comfort drink. I'm loving it. Just letting you guys know.
This is like when you discovered barbecue sauce a couple months ago. Groundbreaking.
She's like, there's this new thing called ginger ale. She's like,
You should try it if you're
I
feeling
like to
sick.
drink it when
well,
I'm flying.
I always thought it was so when people fly, right?
Yes.
Everybody like exclusively drinks ginger ale when they
That
fly.
and Bloody Mary mix are 2 drinks that people will exclusively, like they'll only drink them if they're on airplanes and no other time in their lives.
It's so bizarre. I don't know what it is, but I am one of those people.
I always saw people and I was like, God, I didn't realize that ginger ale was such like a hot drink on the airplanes.
Well, ginger ale at home when you're sick with a little saltine, like that is the combo.
Amazing. And I haven't really had like much of a hunger. Like nothing tastes good right now.
Yeah.
So just ginger ale. Anyway. Okay. I need to talk about something that happened. So my friends in the LadyGang, Becca and Jac, during my surgery sent me a get well present from Bloomingdale's.
Mm-hmm.
It never arrived.
No, it did. It was stolen, I think, because it says when something is delivered, it says was left on the front porch, or how it says where it was left,
Yeah, but I left my gate open this whole time and they brought all my packages up.
which is why it said was delivered to the front door on the front
Who
porch.
stole it?
Damn, somebody came all the way up your driveway and stole
Someone
it.
stole it.
That's scary.
That's so scary.
What do you do in that situation? Is it just,
I think you
like-
call your credit card and cancel it.
can you look at your camera the day it said that it was delivered and see? Does your camera
Catch the
keep
thief.
the
Yeah.
history?
Okay.
So I can give you the day. I think I screenshotted it for you. This is so boring for the listeners, but
Well, I'm dying to know what it was.
I know. Well, if you can't find it,
Okay.
we can have
Well-
them resend it.
Okay.
It was a pretty good gift. That's why I'm
Yeah.
pretty annoyed. It's okay.
Um,
Well, we'll keep the LadyGang posted, but I think you should look at your camera.
okay.
Yeah. Ooh, it's like an investigation.
Ooh, I love an investigation. Okay. I have something very important to send to you right now. And we'll post it. We're going to post it on the LadyGang.
Yes.
Do you know what it is?
No. How would
Oh.
I know what it is?
Okay. So this is a video. I know I'm confused about the love of the eclipse. is basically what I'm going to say. So Becca, I know, was really pumped about the eclipse.
Well, because she was in the path of
Well,
totality.
yeah.
Jac, how do you feel about the eclipse?
Well, you know what? I didn't do enough research before. I didn't realize that it was a total eclipse some places in the United
Total
States.
eclipse of the heart.
Like if I would have done, because we just had an eclipse. I was like, we had an eclipse last year. I was like,
Right.
what is the big deal? If I would have known, I would have maybe been one of those people that got an Airbnb, because it's like, I saw this TikTok of Bill Nye. He was like out in a field with a bunch of people where it was the path of totality. And he, like, all these people got to watch the eclipse with Bill Nye. And he has this microphone and like they're counting down. And then he says something like, how lucky we are to be alive. And I started crying. I'm like, this is like the most emotional thing ever. You're experiencing like the coolest anomaly on earth with Bill Nye. Like I'm beating myself up because I'm like, that's where I would have wanted to be with Bill Nye, you know?
I feel nothing about the eclipse until I saw an amazing article. There was a Spanish television news where they asked, news channel, they asked everyone that was watching the eclipse, hey, send us your eclipse videos. And this aired on TV. I'm going to send it to you now. Please watch this now.
No, that's somebody's ball sack.
Somebody took
it aired.
It aired
Shut
on
up. It's a
TV.
hairy ball sack.
It's a hairy
It's
ball
like,
sack.
remember?
They didn't check it out before they put it on the air.
No.
It's like how during
way.
COVID, people kept sending stuff and you would think it was information about the pandemic. And then it was just that guy's huge dick. Do you remember that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, photoshopped into everything. It was so crazy.
It's like basically like the Rickrolling of
yes.
What's amazing about this video is it starts and you're
On the
like,
eclipse.
you're like, oh, I'm looking at the eclipse.
It also says he accidentally shows. Oh, no. The news station accidentally shows testicles.
Yeah, because they were just
instead of
like,
a solar
send us
eclipse.
your videos. And then they would just like cue them up in real time.
Psycho.
That's
what
iconic.
a psycho.
Literally incredible. I
love when
couldn't
shit
wait
like
to
that
share.
happens.
Me too. I was like, who got fired today?
Yeah. Gotta
What a way to
screen that
go.
shit. That is a
Okay.
way to go. How'd you get fired from your job? Oh, I during the
Showed
eclipse, I
some
accidentally
hairy balls.
approved a video of hairy balls to go
Like
up.
that is honestly the last season that's been on morning show has been a little That's what I need Reese Witherspoon and Jennifer Aniston on the
Yeah,
morning show to
you're
be fighting
right.
about. Where's the hairy balls? Like that's
You're right. You're
that's
right.
what's missing. Okay. Before I let you rant, I have one more rant I need to be mad about. Okay. So as you guys know, I've been learning Spanish, and I'm like, I'm getting really good at the Duolingo app, and I don't know if that means I can speak Spanish, but I can definitely like fill out a Mad Libs like really fast,
Right.
and I know a lot of words.
Yeah.
But the Duolingo, I just need, this is a public service announcement to Duolingo. The app changes faces based on how well you've been doing and how long your streak is. And if you don't go into your Duolingo app for a couple days, it starts looking old. The Duo face, the little
Oh
owl.
my God.
the
It's
little-
trolling you.
The little
starts aging.
owl goes like, it turns its face down. It's like tired and sad. Duo is sad. He's so fucking bitchy. And I'm like, you know what, Duo? I'm doing the best I can. Okay.
They're trying to guilt you into using it.
Because
They know people are going to fall off. Nobody stays on, like nobody keeps it going.
But they do like this whole thing with like the streak. Oh my God, you have a 10-day streak. One time I had a 100-day streak and I was so excited. I didn't want to break the streak, but like shit happens. Some days I cannot do the class.
Yeah, yeah.
I wish that my berries app would just be like a person that just gets fatter and fatter and fatter the longer I go without going to class.
Right? It's
that would
just
be
like,
effective for me.
honestly, and all these, I mean, I still have a cycle, but I don't have a period anymore. But even like the period tracking apps, like I actually don't want like the charts. I just want my face on like where I am in the cycle.
Right,
It's like,
emotionally.
I'm happy, I have energy. And then I'm like,
Yeah.
Or like it starts getting asymmetrical, like
Yeah.
in parts of my cycle. Like the eyes start moving further apart.
yeah, just like a little, anyway, Duolingo off. I'm doing my best.
I'm sorry.
Well, I guess they're not going to be a sponsor of the LadyGang.
No. Well, it really works. I'll tell you something in Spanish.
Bring it back.
Yo quiero mucho practicar mi español en mi casa con mi amigas.
I've been practicing
I like
Spanish at my house with my
Spanish
friends.
at my house with my friends.
See.
How did I know that?
Because
I guess I'm fluent.
Well, I think
Pretty
also
easy.
living in California,
Yeah.
you pick up on more Spanish than a lot.
Okay, here's my last thing. Sorry, I know this is very centric on me, but then I do want to.
Shocker.
JoJo Siwa. Okay, so the best thing ever is happening in my life. As you guys know, RuPaul's Drag Race is my favorite show of all time. I never miss an episode. Pizza Fridays. I come home. I order pizza from Domino's. Sometimes I make my own rising crust, DiGiorno, and
You got to try the Bonza pizza.
What's Bonza?
What's
It's the
Bonza?
chickpea. You know they have the pasta. It's all made from. It is so delicious. So delicious. So much protein. Very delicious.
But is it fluffy?
Not necessarily, but I like a more flatbread vibe. You like a fluffy?
Do you like a deep dish?
Not a deep dish, but I like a lot.
Domino's is fluffy pizza. I know what you mean by that.
It's like
Domino's.
shitty pizza, like good shitty pizza. Okay. Anyway, I will try it though. I'll try it this Friday for Pizza Friday.
Yeah, give it a try. The margarita is my favorite.
Pizza Friday. I watched the last week's episode a second time, and then at 8 I watch episode. Then at 9 I watch Untucked. And now during, now I'm signed up for the World of Wonder app, and I'm watching all the drag races from all over the world. Drag Race Mexico, Drag Race UK versus the world. I'm watching every drag race. I get an email to my e-news email. Hi, we know Keltie is a huge Drag Race fan. Would she like to come to Las Vegas? Yes, I would. To see the Drag Race live show. I've already seen it twice. But spend the day with the queens. They're going to put me in drag. What? They're going to put me in drag.
Why wasn't this not like a good week? We were just throwing this at the end of the episode.
It's crazy.
No, because it's too exciting. I wanted to talk about it, and I didn't want to have anything else to talk about. Like, I'm going at noon, the 26th at noon. They start dragging me. And then I'm going to do like I'm going to come out on stage during the show. And I'm going to, anyway, so I had to bring a couple of my own things. I have to bring my own shoes. And they're going to pad me. I'm going to get a huge ass. And I want a big titty plate.
Oh my God.
I'm so excited about it. But here's what I need help with from the LadyGang, which is why I need help. So I need to have a drag name. So far, well, so far I've come up with late night, because like late, but then the E could be the E, late night. And then I also came up with using like Von Mantrap as my last name, like Keltishka Von Mantrap.
You need to ask Clayton, the hairstylist.
Oh yeah.
He will have the best.
Okay.
Best.
Because I want it to like be really good, because I want to use it forever.
Do you
Like
have
I
any
want
other
sometimes
ideas?
to just come and maybe spend a Saturday as Keltie Von Mantrap.
Well, it can also be your little alter ego.
Yeah. My dancer friends call my alter ego Javalia Cafe, which is like when I get drunk. They're like, is Javalia coming tonight? And I was like, we'll see. Haha. And then I was like, ooh, no, not drinking tonight.
Where did they get that from?
I have no idea.
Javalia Cafe.
I mean, it's
That's
great.
actually so good.
It's actually really good. Javalia Cafe.
Yeah.
Is it like Pata Chavalia?
Pata Chavalia Cafe. Padasha is a ballet move, Jack.
Oh, I was like, I don't know what you're talking about.
But you knew Javalia, right?
And a Pata Cheval,
No,
it means
what's
the step of the horse.
Step
Wait,
of
what's
the horse.
Javalia?
That's why on the Panic at the Disco album, Pretty Odd, there's a song that sounds like horses. I know you listen to it excessively, and it's called Pas de Cheval, because Ryan Ross played me that song, and I said, this sounds like a Pas de Cheval. And then I Pas de Chevaled around the parking lot in Myrtle Beach when they were writing that song.
Very cool.
And I don't know why you
This
cheat
is a
on
real
me.
behind the music episode here.
That's why that's called Pas de Cheval, bitches.
Doing little
French.
horse walk.
Step of the
Wow.
horse.
Gallop.
Why were you other people when I was Pas de Chevaling around the Myrtle Beach Rockette rehearsals?
Just exuding sex appeal, I'm sure.
Sex, oh my God. With a bleeding toe. Okay. Do you guys have anything you want to talk about today?
No. Haven't we talked enough?
No, there's nothing new to report in my world. It's actually lately when people have been asking me, like, what's new with you? I am at an all-time loss of telling them anything new. And I think that's a good thing because I don't like high highs or low lows. I really like to just
No
exist.
changes.
Mm-hmm.
So it's okay, but it doesn't give you a lot to report to the community. Status quo, status quo, which is the way to go for me.
Well, Leah's pregnant, which is exciting.
Very exciting.
Did you know?
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people in my life are pregnant with their second babies. There's
Is
a
it
lot.
giving you second baby?
No, I don't. I'm actually entering a stage of parenting that's easier, even though he's a toddler. It's just easier because I can communicate with him.
Yeah.
I don't have to watch him as closely as I used to before. If we go to somebody's house, I don't have to be in the room that he's playing in. That's a big thing that people don't talk about that much, where what's like the sweet spot to where you don't feel like you have to be hovering over your child at all times. 2 is pretty good. I mean, I don't want him, if there's a pool, I'm not doing that. If there's like certain things are still very high stakes. But if there's a playroom in a house that we're at and I know the kids and the family, like that's such an easy thing. And I can like stay in the kitchen, hang out with parents, and like he can do his thing with other kids. So that's really nice, which is why I don't really have baby fever for number 2, because then you lose that freedom.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're in a good stride and he's going to start school and it's going to be wonderful.
Oh, a little Ford going off
I
to
can't
school.
wait to meet Ford. LadyGang, we're planning a big Austin trip. We're going to do some podcasts down in Austin, and I'll be meeting Ford for the first time, which makes me a terrible friend, but
Not really. I don't care about any of my friends' babies.
But like I'm very upfront. I'm not really into your baby until it's a toddler.
Yeah, I'm not
No,
either.
they're not really
I
like
wasn't
a
into mine until he
person.
was a toddler. Yeah, they're not.
Anyway,
They have nothing
I'm
to
not
offer.
into babies until they're JoJo Siwa in the common music video. I'm into people's adult eras.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, well, I love you. This was so fun. Thank you for letting me talk my face off. Sorry.
Anytime. I'm excited for your Vegas trip.
I know. Oh my God.
so
Can't wait to see you in drag.
You need to text Clay right now and say, I need a good drag name, and we'll report back to the LadyGang community.
And
Also, we'll do a
if anyone-
prompt on Instagram.
If anyone has ideas, I'm really interested.
And to give people who don't watch Drag Race like a little backstory, like what is a drag name? What does it have to like? Tell us the.
Okay, so like it usually, what's interesting about drag names is like a lot of them come from like you're part of a drag family. So like Sasha Colby is the mother of Carrie Colby, and so you're like part of the Colby dynasty, or Lady Dion or whatever. So it kind of needs like a family name, but since I'm the only one, I'm not in a family. But like some of them are really dumb. Like there was a girl, no offense, this season called Mandatory Meeting. Her name in real life is Amanda. So she's like Mandatory Meeting. And then the final 3 on this season of Drag Race are Nymphia Wind. She's and then Plain Jane. This is really good. Plain Jane is like really cunty and funny and very dry. And they have to do one of the last challenges. What they have to do, like they have to turn one of the staff members of RuPaul's Drag Race into like their sister. And he made his sister's name Lazy Susan.
Oh my God,
Plain Jane
amazing.
and Lazy Susan. So
cute.
fucking funny.
That's
and
good.
then the third one is Saphira Cristal, which is like she's like a Southern belle. Everything's big, like
Cute.
amazing. So I don't know where the
What's
drag
your
name-
vibe gonna be like? Are you gonna channel like a Real Housewife?
Yeah, I don't know because I don't know the costume. Like I'm not sure. Like I want, so there's a drag queen that I really love named Jada Essence Hall who's in the show right now. And I hope they model, because of all the girls, I feel like we'd be the same size-ish. I hope I get modeled after her because she's really glamorous. She's like what they call a pageant queen.
Oh, that's you.
That's definitely your vibe.
Yeah.
Like I'm not the weird.
Showgirl.
I'm not weird drag.
Yeah.
No.
There was
Showgirl.
Yeah. So I'm just really excited about how big we can make my eyes. Because you know my tiny poop eyes. And it's like when they put the glue stick on my eyebrows and they draw my eyebrows super high and this is all my eye, like I think I'm going to be beautiful.
I cannot wait. I can't wait to see you.
And we were talking about this in the dressing room at E. I was like, I should do something like Lala Von Cooter Smack or something, or like something about high kicks or something. But then they're going to want me to kick or do a Cooter Smat. I'm not available for Cooter Smats or kicks right now.
I think
month.
you yeah.
Not at the moment,
I think
medically.
you should lean into maybe like your news persona.
Yeah.
That's what I think too.
Yeah.
With
So
the
the
late
glam and the like, I think the glam pageant girl.
It's like Joan Rivers on Fashion Police times Andre Leon Talley. Maybe I do a Leon
Yeah.
Talley.
Yeah.
Anyway, let me
Okay,
know what
well,
you
we're
think, Lady
excited
Gang.
for you.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
We will.
See you next Tuesday.
Tuesday.